33 witnesses have presented statements about the 17 people killed. Those statements have been very difficult to hear, even for us at home watching, and especially for those in the courtroom. And yesterday, no exception, another day of tears flowing.
Helena was murdered on her father's birthday, February the 14th, Valentine's Day. That day will never be a celebration and can never be the same for him, and now is filled with pain.
I don't really celebrate my birthday. My birthday is on November 7th, and Peter's was on the 9th, and we compromised by celebrating together on the 8th. The last birthday party I had was for my 16th and Peter's 15th birthdays. He only had 15 birthdays. To this day, I can't celebrate my own birthday just because the pain of not being able to do it without him. Every birthday to me is just a reminder of someone who was my brother and my best friend. Someone who I just assumed would be there for me for my whole life, but was murdered just 3 months after. I remember the day Peter was killed. I was in complete denial. I didn't want to accept reality as reality. I thought if I could just find Peter and bring him home, then it would have been like nothing happened at all. Words can't not describe the pain and emotion as we found out Peter was dead.
And is there something that you'd like to tell the jury about your dad?
Yeah.
What is that?
It's okay. I'll tell him. I missed him.
Is there something about donuts that you want to tell us?
What was your favorite thing to do with Daddy? Yeah. Tell him.
You can tell us.
Every Saturday we went to Denny Donuts and walked back.
Whew. Melissa Redmond still with us. Man, you watched that, and these jurors, what a day they went through. The emotion, it's tough to keep it together when you watch that testimony.
It is. It's very emotional, and witnessing the trauma inflicted by this defendant, and it kind of goes back, or it does go back to, the penalty that would be appropriate for someone who commits this type of a crime. The fact that he committed it on Valentine's Day, a day that it seems like he committed it on a day with the intention of it causing recurring trauma to anyone who survived, the victims' families, that this will be remembered. And I think that's something he indicated he wanted to be remembered. And I think the state is doing a great job of bringing it back to the victims and the impact that his crime has had on the victim's family and the continuing impact that it's going to have throughout their lives based on what this defendant did. And they'll have to tie that back to why they are seeking the death penalty in this case and why it's warranted in this case.
That jury view had to be extraordinary for those jurors to process something they'll remember, as we were talking about earlier, they'll remember the rest of their lives. Rafael Olmeida is a reporter for the Sun Sentinel, and he said this about the jury view.
What we saw was the end result of children who were in the middle of an average day having a really wonderful time, and all of a sudden a nightmare erupts right in front of them. One of the most difficult things to look at, in addition to the blood in the hallways and in the classrooms, is just the knowledge that these people were having a beautiful day, and everything is kind of frozen where it happens. Laptops are left open, assignments are just sitting there, never to be looked at again.
Melissa, this was choreographed, the state's case, so meticulously, with victim impact. First, crime scene, investigators setting up the crime, then the victim impact, then the jury view, and then more victim impact to finish it off. What are we expecting from the defense? There's a delay. There's going to be 10 days off, then the Dauber hearing. So it's going to be 2 weeks before the jury's back. It's going to shift, is it not, dramatically, the courtroom?
It is. I think the defense is going to try to distance the defendant from the emotion that the jury has felt in the victim impact statements and the jury view, and to try to provide some type of explanation for the defendant's conduct, some type of whatever mitigation they can provide to the jury to explain, that can really excuse his conduct, but to explain what was going on in his mind at the time, what would cause him to do something like this, and why they feel like he should be spared that ultimate penalty, why he should not be put to death. Is there any redeeming qualities that he has that they can present to the jury? And basically at the end, I expect that they will beg for mercy from the jury and ask them to spare his life.
A case like this, is it he's not that bad a guy, or is the better defense he's a really bad guy? And the reason is he's wired differently. He's flawed. He's mentally ill, and that's why you should spare him.
Right. The best defense is that he was mentally ill, that there was something going on in his brain, some impulse that he could not overcome, something that prevented him from appreciating the gravity of his actions. And like I said, we can't really, there's nothing that can excuse what he did, but something that kind of explains or mitigates what he did to the jury, so that this is not someone that we have to continually be afraid of. This was something that was unpreventable, or something that he could not control himself, or some mental episode he was having. Something that the jury can latch on to, like I said again, to explain why someone would do something to, otherwise it's just pure evil. And the jury would be more likely to want to punish pure evil, as opposed to protecting society by just incapacitating him, putting him in prison for the rest of his life, where he's no longer a danger to society. When we're talking about the death penalty, basically you're saying that this person has no redeeming qualities, that his actions were so heinous that the only appropriate punishment is to take his life. That is a lot to ask of a jury. And, of course, people feel differently about the death penalty, but if the defense can present anything to them to say this person is worth mercy of not being put to death for his actions, then that's what they're going to focus on during their case in chief.
Absolutely. It's going to be tough for the family members, because those feelings of despair that they felt in the courtroom are going to shift to anger as they listen to Nikolas Cruz being propped up by the defense in an effort to save his life.